What's up, queens, and welcome back to Cricket Crowned. If you're new around here, my name is Destiny, and I'm an aspiring psychologist. This channel is dedicated to me helping women overcome the mental and emotional challenges that will stop them from pursuing their destiny, their vision, their dreams, their goals, their purpose, all while loving and understanding who they are as individuals, right? So if that sounds like something you're interested in, go ahead and subscribe because I will be dropping videos weekly. All right. So in today's video, we are talking about loving yourself singles edition, right? I noticed that a lot of us are transitioning out of relationships, whether you were married or you were in a long-term relationship, or you just decided, you know what, I want to be single. A lot of us are in this new era of like learning to love ourselves, learning to put ourselves first, building our self-esteem. And I am like all for it because I myself am in a season of singleness right now. So I have 5 things that has helped me this far that I feel can help you, right? So my first point would be accept where you are. I think that the hardest part about being single is accepting that you're single. And when I say accept where you are, I mean, enjoy it. Enjoy the journey. Enjoy being single. Don't look at it as a curse. Don't look at it as a prison. Don't look at it as something is wrong with you. Look at it as an opportunity to love yourself, to learn yourself, to grow yourself, to invest in yourself. Being single doesn't mean that you're broken. Being single means that you are a person who is one, who is an individual, who is whole, and who is unique, right? So being in a relationship should not define who you are as a person. It shouldn't define who you are as a woman. Just because you're married does not mean that you're more valuable than someone who's single. Or just because you're single doesn't mean that you're less valuable than someone who's married, right? So accept where you are in your season of singleness. Stop trying to get out of it. Because I think a lot of times we spend our time trying to get out of the season of singleness, right? I know for me, speaking from personal experience, I would be doing so good on my journey of singleness, and then I would be like, you know what? I don't want to be single no more. I want to get out of this. And I think that it's just important that you learn to accept where you are, because once you start accepting it, then you're able to grow from the place that you're in. So just accept it. It's not bad. It doesn't mean you're cursed. It's not a prison. It's a season, and it's an opportunity for you to love yourself and invest in yourself fully and to learn to know you, because how you going to learn somebody else and you don't even know yourself? How you going to love somebody else and you don't even love you? All right, that's a whole nother video. But anywho, my second point would be give yourself grace. Give yourself grace, right? So a lot of us are coming out of marriages. A lot of us are coming out of long-term relationships. And I know how hard it can be to transition from being with somebody to being alone. You're so used to cuddling with that person, calling that person, seeing that person, talking with that person, venting to that person, that you miss them almost, and you almost want to go back to it, right? So I don't know about y'all, but I know that for me, I came out of a toxic situation. And at times when I want to go back to that person, I just remember why I left. I remember the toxicness. I remember the pain of being single, right? And I think that sometimes we beat ourselves up because we actually missed a person, and sometimes we actually want to go back. But that's the process of being single. Sometimes you're gonna miss that toxic person, and don't allow people to beat you up or make you feel bad about you missing that person. Although that person wasn't good for you, it's okay to long for them. It's okay to miss them. You invested so much time and energy and money into this relationship and into this person that it's natural that you are going to want to miss them. But sis, just because you miss them does not mean go back. Sometimes missing them is just like a withdrawal. It's like a symptom. Like, you ever been addicted to something and then like you just stop? You have like these withdrawals where you kind of want to go back. It just means that you're getting all of the toxicness out of your system. So give yourself grace. Be nice to yourself. Even if you still think about them, or you still find yourself crying, or you still find yourself wanting to text them, or even if you have gone back, but man, this situation is not the best situation for me and I shouldn't be here. Give yourself grace on this journey, right? Be patient with yourself. Be kind to yourself. Love yourself, right? Don't beat yourself up because you have thoughts of missing this person or you still care for this person so deeply. That's okay. But then again, like I said, you have to continue to move forward. Even if you do miss that person, it doesn't mean go back. It doesn't mean reconnect with them, right? So give yourself grace on this journey. This is new. This is something that you haven't done before, but it's okay. You're going to get through it. We all have our processes of growing, and this is just a part of your process. So give yourself grace, right? My third point would be make it look good. Listen, sis, make your season of singleness look good. So that's my goal, right? So now that I finally have accepted my season of singleness and I finally have come to give myself grace, the next thing that I'm planning on doing is making my season of singleness attractive. I want it to look good, okay? Like, I want to be an example to other women where they can say, you know what? This girl, she's single, she's by herself, but she's killing it. She's happy, she has peace, she's traveling the world, her finances are up to par, she's starting businesses, she loves God, she's a great mother, she makes being single look good, she takes care of herself. I think that we should start wearing our season of singleness like a badge, all right? And when I say single, I don't mean the single where you sleeping around with people. I don't mean the single where you still talking to people, like going on dates, hearing. That's not single. You're actively trying to date, right? When I say single, I mean you're like, no men right now. Strictly me, God, money, my child, or whatever the case is, right? That's what I'm talking about when I say single. I want you to make it look good. I want you to stop walking around acting all lonely with your lips all crusty and dry and white. Okay? And I want you to get up and do something to your hair and put some clothes on and make yourself look good. You ain't got to only dress up and look good for no man, boo. You could dress up and look good for you too. Okay? So I need you to start taking better care of yourself. It's not about trying to look good for a man, but it's about looking good for you. And when you look good, you feel good. Okay? So listen, sis, get up and do something. Get up and do something to yourself. All right? So my fourth point would be to live. To go and live, go explore, go do things, travel, make friends, connect. Like, romantic relationships are not the only relationships you can have. You should want to build business relationships, friendships, like people you can pray with, people you can grow with. Like, I think we put so much priority on romantic relationships that we abandon community. There's nothing wrong with having community. Like, go live your life, man. Go explore. Pick up some new hobbies, love to learn yourself in a different way. Like, learn to be okay with it just being you. I think, like, sometimes we just wait for certain stuff. Like, I'm gonna wait to buy a house until I get married. No, boo, go buy your house now, girl. Like, go travel the world now, girl. Like, do everything that you would do with the partner by yourself. So that way when y'all come together, y'all like that power couple, right? So you're not bringing two halves to a relationship, but you're bringing two whole individuals. So do you live your life, go after your dreams, go after your whatever you envision that you want to do, go after that, and don't be afraid to do that. You don't have to wait on a man to live life. When did a man become everything? Like, when did a man become the end all be all? Like, when did we stop living because of a man? Like, I don't know who needs this, but I just really feel this right now, that man is not your life. And that you do have a life outside of him, right? So God has called you to be an individual, right? And I think the funny thing about this is everything that you need is literally on the inside of you. God didn't put nothing outside of you that you needed, right? So the reason why he gave your heart to you, the reason why he gave your brain to you is so that you can function as an individual, which means that nobody else is your lifeline. Nobody else is your system, right? So you still have a life to live with or without that man. You still have a person purpose. You still have an obligation to not only God, but to your family, but to your kids, but to yourself. So you cannot make a man your everything. You cannot be falling apart when a man decides to walk away, or he decides that he no longer wants to be with you because you were so wrapped up in him. You have an individual identity outside of him. He doesn't make you who you are. He adds to who you are, right? So that's what happens when you're in a healthy relationship. As a single, when you're single, you're an individual. You're one. You're not half. You're whole, right? And when you meet somebody else, that person should be whole. He should be one. So when y'all come together, y'all are whole, but y'all not individuals, which means that you don't make me who I am, which means that my peace don't come from you, my happiness doesn't come from you, my value doesn't come from you, but you add to who I am. You're going to add to my happiness. You're going to add to my finances. You're going to increase me. We're going to increase each other in different ways. We come to each other. It's like to add to each other, but you are not my source. And when a man is your source, that's the problem, right? So learning to love yourself, learning to live with or without that person is going to be big. You have to learn how to find who you are. You have to learn how to get everything you need within you. I don't know why we feel like the answers are outside of us. It's not outside of us. It's within us. So whatever you're looking for, that love that you want from somebody else, you already got it. You got it within you. You just have to start loving yourself in that way, right? So that peace that you're looking for, a man is not going to give that to you. You have to find that peace with God. You have to find that peace within yourself. Settle your own spirit. Stop using people as an antidote. Ooh, stop using people as an antidote to your problems. You can solve your problems. You solve them. Like I said, God didn't give you anything that you need to be outside of you. Everything that you need is on the inside of you. And you can solve by yourself as an individual. But you have to see yourself correctly to be able to do that. If you don't see yourself correctly, you're going to always see people as a solution to your problems. But that gives people power over you. When you have to wait for somebody else to say sorry, when you have to wait for somebody else to bring you joy, you will never be happy. Because what happens when that person decides to take it from you? I'm talking. All right, I'm talking. But listen, learning to live with or without a person is another key to being happy in your season of singleness. All right. And my last point would be to invest in yourself. Invest in yourself as a woman, right? Go back to school if that's what you desire to do. Go to the gym if that's what you desire to do. Build your credit. Work on your finances. Work on being a mother. Work on your relationship with God. Work on knowing yourself better as an individual, right? Invest in yourself. Invest in your mind so that you can get information, so you can grow, so you can be enlightened, right? Find your purpose in life. What is it that God created you to do? Why do you feel like you exist? What is it that you're so good at that you can do it and it gives other people's issues or problems? Like they have to struggle to do it, but for you it's just so easy. It just comes so easy to you. How can you use that to help other people? I'm telling you, when you find your purpose in this life, it brings you a fulfillment that a man can't give, that money can't give. All right, money's nice and we like money and we like men too, but it's not going to give you that sense of fulfillment that your purpose would in this life. So I just really, really want y'all to start looking at y'all's season of singleness differently. Don't look at it as a prison. Look at it as protection. Look at it as, okay, this is a season for me to grow. This is a season for me to learn myself. This is a season for me to love myself, for me to find myself. This is a season for me to learn how to be with me so that when a man walk away from you, you don't fall apart because you got you. And as long as you got you, and as long as you don't leave you, you gonna be all right. You gonna be all right. But if you don't know how to do those things, you don't know how to do those things, a man could threaten to leave every single time and you fall apart because you don't know who you are, right? Everything that you want a man to do, do it for yourself in your season of singleness. So that way, when you do meet a man, right, he can't just come in your life and treat you any kind of way because you already have a standard and you're not dropping that standard for a man, right? So I was taking myself out on dates before I met you. So I'm not going to stop doing that now that you're here, right? So if you want to be here, that's something that we're going to have to continue to do. I don't talk to myself that way. I look in the mirror every day and I say my affirmations and I tell myself how fine and how bum and how smart I am, right? So if you want to talk to me, you're going to have to talk to me with some respect, all right? You're going to have to match my level or better, but you're not going to come into my life and try to take from me. All right, listen, that's a whole nother video. Anywho, but yes, So I think that it's important that we start accepting where we are, that we start giving ourselves grace, that we start making our season look good, and that we understand that it's important to invest in ourselves as women, and to also know that it's just a season and that it's gonna pass. But when God brings you your mate, your spouse, you want to be prepared. And how do you prepare? You prepare in your season of singleness by not trying to get out of it every opportunity you get. All right. So anyways, that's all I have for you ladies for today. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video right here. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for coming. And as always, if you have enjoyed this video, like, share, and subscribe and join the fam. Thank you. Be blessed.